Hey guys, it's Last Rohican, and welcome to another Let's Play, or hopefully a Let's Play series of me going after some of the more harder to achieve achievements in Crusader Kings 2. Now, for those of you who do not know about this game, Crusader Kings 2 is a grand strategy medieval game, and honestly, it probably has some of the most fulfilling achievements you can get in a game. I mean, some of them are incredibly hard, but incredibly rewarding to get. And for this one, we'll be trying to get the Empire of the Sun achievement, where we, as a Zunist ruler, hold an empire title and reform the Zunist religion. Now, starting out, I believe this is the only true Zunist starting character, or kingdom. You know, we could go for some of his, one of his vassals, but just to make this even somewhat feasible, because this is a very hard achievement to get. We will be starting as the main Seratap Germofuda, and yeah, we're just gonna get going. So what's probably gonna happen is, honestly, it could happen almost hand in hand, is getting the Empire title and reforming the Zunist religion. It's not an easy feat to do. I've tried doing this before and have not been successful. So we'll see if we have any luck doing it this time around. We're going to load my rules here, which is I'm turning the Sunset Invasion off and the Reapers do major epidemics historical. Just so, because I've noticed in the more recent builds of Crusader Kings that if you don't have it on historical for the major epidemics, you may never get anything like the Black Plague, which, you know, for some people, it's a good thing. I kind of like the realism of it. So, we're going to move right in. Alright, now, yes, this is the only problem, is we have 3 sons, and we have an agnatic Gavelkind inheritance. So, all these guys are going to get little pieces that I'm not necessarily in love about, but, you know, we're just going to have to try to work around. Now, luckily for us, the guy has pretty high martial skill, our first king. So what we're going to do is, we're not even going to try doing that. We're going to build a war chest just to help get a little bit of that extra money flowing in. That's a big thing here, is considering we are sandwiched by, some major religions here. Hindu and Sunni Islam. Technically Zoroastrian as well, but I'm not too concerned about them since there's no main king ruler with that in our reach. So now the first thing we're going to do, and kind of what the main game plan here, what it's going to be is, let me first just select this guy's thing to get us out of here. We'll go with that. We'll do some we'll go with some family trait. Now, the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going directly for this province, Kabul. Just so we can kind of drive a stake right through this kingdom of Nandine. But then also, the big thing here is that we get access to a major potential trade post. Holding these is going to give us a lot of money that we will sorely need when hiring some mercenary armies to help protect our lands. So, let's take a look. What does it look like? Oh yeah, he's done for on that. So, we're not even going to hesitate here. We're just going to go right into it. God darn it. Boom. Boom. Okay, cool. Alright, so, yeah, we're going to jump right into it. We're just going to get this going as soon as possible. Let me just do some easy peasy stuff here. Alright, that's good enough. Yes. We're just going to be doing a lot of conquesting, because luckily for us, as an unreformed pagan religion, we still have the conquest casus belli, which we are going to have to utilize incredibly. It's going to have to be a lot of leveraging that. So, without further ado, just going to jump right in. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get going. Now, if we can, the other one we're going to go for directly is Kalat. But unfortunately, the Abbasid Empire, this guy right here, the Arabian Empire more or less, they love to go for him. It always seems to be one of their earliest military campaigns. So we're just not even going to bother with it. It's a nice reach goal, you know. And that's another thing we're also going to do is really try to leverage our relationship with the Jade Empire. That's assuming we don't, because the Jade are less concerned about what we are as a religion. I'm very concerned about the Arabian Empire here. That's one thing that we may have to do, is if things get too hot, is we might have to either become a vassal, falsely confess to Sunni Islam, or there's a few different things we might have. Oh gosh. Okay. That was not how I anticipated that going down, but hey, that works for me. Wow. Okay. So for those of you who aren't aware of what just happened right there, sorry if I click very quickly. I'm pretty used to this game now, and usually the people that I play this for are also pretty used to it. But what just happened right there was we went to war with basically the Kingdom of Kabul. We'll just make it easy for ourselves, and we killed their king. And for whatever reason, we were the next in line for inheritance, and so we just got all of it. That's a little wild. I've in all my times of playing this game, I haven't seen that happen yet. So, yeah, that's certainly not the worst thing. Alright, now to get this guy, wow, he's a very well liked man, but he's really shitty at... Alright, we're just going to give you Pura Shapura. But the great thing about this is that this gives us a very nice and quick... that's right. Okay. Alright, so the other thing I'm worried about right now is, alright, you're the heir to the Seratafi, Kabul's. Yeah, so we need to, if we can, make the kingdom right away. But unfortunately, we don't have that money, which is a bummer. Because what I'm worried is that as soon as my guy dies, the kingdom is going to split in two. That's probably the biggest bummer about Gavelkind. Well, I think everyone can agree that there's a lot of different bummers. But the biggest one for sure is that when your kingdom splits. So let's see if there's anything we can do about that real quick. I mean, the ideal scenario would be that at least one or two of our sons start killing each other to reduce the level of... yeah, but it doesn't get us a... Let's see here. Any good traits? No, none. Okay. So, I mean, the nice thing is we are going to start getting in a lot of money right now. So, as long as this guy can hold on for 5 years, I'd say we have a pretty decent shot of actually being able to form the kingdom. And then that's only a matter of time. No, not you. I got really excited there for a hot second. The other problem, too, is we do not have enough piety. Oh, boy. This just keeps piling on. Alright, well, we're just going to hold on to that one as well right now. No reason not to. At least... So, now what probably the next idea here for us is we're just going to move right in and start conquering this guy. Because luckily the Buddhist countries are plentiful, but not close enough to really sort of offer any kind of necessary defense. So this won't be too hard for us right now, honestly. Yeah, and well, and the nice thing too is that unlike the Holy War, justification, I know it's pronounced like casus belli. I'm really bad at pronouncing those old terms. The nice thing though is with us just doing a conquest justification for war, it's much harder for kingdoms to get allies in. You know, if you do a holy war, anyone who follows that faith can jump on in and creates a whole mess for us. But luckily, we don't have to worry about that with our conquest. So we can just start moving in, and you know, simple as that. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Now we're going to try to expand pretty quick here, especially because we have a king who kind of has his more or less his shit together. Is there? Okay, cool. Well, he's just going to give you that. Ooh, mutual defense. I don't care about that. Yeah, we're going for it. We're just going to raise our own levies. Really makes no sense for us to reinvent the wheel. Yeah, looks like a rebel group jumped up, but still not incredibly worried. Now the other thing we're also kind of hanging on with, that I really want to make sure happens is, eventually the Arabian Empire here, the guys to our west, eventually decadence usually does bring a pretty big toll on them. With a family size as big as theirs, it creates so much decadence for them that it usually ends in some sort of civil war / the kingdom just breaking apart. If there's one thing they're good for, it's almost that. It's basically that. So, all right, we're gonna just hand this to a random noble. Alright, nothing too crazy. You're not even good at it. I'm sorry, bro, but like, alright. We're almost there, at least. Oh no, we got all of it. I probably won't be able to fulfill this one, but hey, what are we doing in Zunist? Yeah, not doing well. Really not doing well. That's the problem, is that it's so hard to get it truly up to what it needs to be. What do we got? I don't know where you're at. No. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Cool. Awesome. So, we now are officially the kingdom of the Zunbil Seratapi. The Lord. Interesting. I've never seen that title. Maybe that comes with the new expansion. Yeah, so but yeah. So now we are technically the kings of Kabul, which is great. That's neat. Now that we have some extra money in the bank, though, we can buy some upgrades here, get our stuff going. And the big thing here, the thing I love that we were able to circumvent, is we do not have to worry about we don't have to worry about our kingdom splitting in two now. I mean, we're gonna definitely be dealing with a decreased level of dements. That is without a doubt. But that is something that we can handle, that we can deal with. Especially with how quickly we are expanding right now. It's a pretty good deal. And we have a lot of grace with okay, as for strategist, certainly not a bad idea. Now, for those of you who may not know, what the strategists do is they come to you from the Empire knowing some fun stuff, like the Way of the Leopard. So, like, things that you could not learn inside the four walls of the regular map, you can learn through them. It's a whole lot of, like, kind of advanced warfare. So I don't know why I keep giving the same guy the thing over and over again. I'm sorry, I'm not even too busy talking and not paying enough attention. But yeah, so we're also going to do that. I don't even know what I just gained out of that. Oh, this guy. We don't need you. Cool. My sweet son, who hopefully does a little bit more than just diplomacy. I mean, that's great. People are going to love you. But I need you to do a little bit more in life. Right now, I'm also just like... So one nice thing about the placement here is that there's just a whole bunch of weak kingdoms that we can just keep picking off. And especially in the context of just, you know, going after these guys, you know, and getting a nice little foothold along the, where is this? Yeah, the Indus River, or the Indus Valley, more or less, you know, is great. It's really, really good. Just look at this. Look at all these little guys here. Look at all these little kingdoms here that are just ripe for the picking. The only problem, if I'm not mistaken, is I believe this guy, yeah, that's the only problem, is that this guy is kind of the gatekeeper. He's a tributary state of the Abbasid, which certainly not easy to overcome. What are you even good at? You're not good at shit. Like, what am I supposed to do with you? God, both of you guys are so mediocre. Alright. We're going to keep proselytizing. It's really not going to probably work at all. Honestly, all pagans are super bad at converting provinces, and considering how low our moral authority is, it's really just not going to work out in our favor. But we can at least hope, you know. So there we go. Just another guy bites the dust. What I would do is revoke it on religious, but we won't do that right now. What we really need is this guy to give up some land. there we go. Don't love it, but now we have to do the old time-honored tradition of figuring out how to kill people. Honestly, I don't even know how long this guy's gonna last. Is that bad? Alright. Now, luckily, because, you know, especially with Gavelkind, the big thing you always have to worry about is the people who try to overthrow you. And one easy way of circumventing that is by having money to pay for mercenaries. That's always an easy way to help yourself out of these situations. Just my concubine? No. We're also just going to try to push hard legalism because once we... No, shit, I didn't mean to do that. Just keep getting some extra money. Yep, there we go. This is where things get real funky. Well, you're definitely much more equipped than your dad is, so that's at least a plus. That was stupidly easy. They probably should not have let me get that, but hey. It's gonna be tough. Yep. Now, the one nice thing about doing this is shit. That is not good. We don't have a court physician. Yep. There we go. Just people dying left and right. A lot of unfortunate men being thrown into the fray right now here in terms of having to be our king. But we will make do. I'm still not worried. Especially because all this is for increased council power. We got two different commanders here that are big ballers. There we go. And wow, we captured him too. So that's an easy press for peace. Man, we've gotten real lucky with our 2 big wars here. Like, really, really lucky. I don't care about those guys. How old are you? 10? Alright, well, that's not horrible, but not amazing either. Let's at least get you a proper. Oh, and you're a dwarf. Great. Yeah, I knew exactly why you would do that shit. He usurped it to protect himself. Now I can still move it, but yeah, I won't do that. Council's not gonna let me do shit. We're gonna have to hang back for a little while here. Do. Nice. Just is never a bad one. Yeah, like I said, the Arabian Empire is always just a ticking time bomb. But the nice thing here is, as I've pointed out, we are making some real money. It's just a matter of time before we are able to take back some of our trade posts and really start collecting direct on them. It's just we need to have everyone stop dying. Or, if this guy wanted to die, if this kid wanted to die, and then we could just have our more stable uncle take over. That also wouldn't be the worst thing ever, unless... No, he has a son. Okay. It's kind of interesting when you look at it like that. Yeah. Even though I know it doesn't matter, it's still probably a good thing to do. Oh, I didn't know we could recruit a court physician. Nope. I guess because we're in like that, we are like a feudal society. Who are you fighting? Oh, I see. Making a mediocre chance at. Nice. Nice. Alright, well, besides being a dwarf, certainly could have started off worse. Alright, let's see here. Anything of note? It's kind of tough being Zunist because not many people want to touch you. Alright, quick. I mean, that's better than nothing, least one of them is back into our rightful hands. Wow, he succeeded. Color me impressed. That's what I thought. And now we get a little bit of our own land back, which is nice. Help us get those Demence numbers back up, since that's, oh shit, that's a huge bummer. Yeah, it sucks. Dude took a goddamn javelin and died from it. I'm actually kind of impressed that you did that. You took on, well, I doubt they were ever going to do much, but still kind of cool. Now I wonder if it's possible for us to kind of sneak in right now. Because if we could at least just get Rajpur, that would be pretty dope. We could really make our push into the Indus Valley right now. That would, like, you know, look at all these little guys that we would pick up. All these guys have, yeah, connections to the Silk Road. So it would be pretty big for us. Big if true, you know. Alright, we're going to split up, and I'm going to make sure you are not anywhere near the field of battle again. We're not going to lose another king that quickly. I don't know why the court tutor options are such garbage. Like, it always just seems to be people who hate me, you know? I guess that's good enough. I know where they are, but I don't really care. As long as we just swoop in here and grab it, that's all I care about. Oh, there he is. That's a tough one for us. I'm gonna grab his army real quick, because typically the reason why I do that, or why you want to at least fight them once, is that is part of the capitulation rules. There we go. Is that if you don't fight a major battle, it can cap itself off at 99%, and while that can, especially when we're fighting a much bigger force like this and someone who is friends with the Arabian Empire, it can really spell some bad disaster for us. Who is here? Like, why do they have? I'm not sure. Maybe in somewhere in there. Whatever. Either way, we just really opened up the whole playing fields, and the nice thing too is this guy technically is not aligned to the Arabian Empire. So if we really wanted to, we could hop in there and take a little bit more land. We won't do that right now, though. All right, Grand Visor, I will give you a little bit of a handout here. So we're gonna give it to your son, because when he then, I didn't even realize that I had a city. Whatever. I mean, Nope. Okay. Yeah, not worried about that. Alright, so here we go. You know, we're going full invasion of the Indus Valley right now. This will... Hold on a sec, guys. Hey guys, sorry about that. There was a little bit of an accident happened, but no worries. We're back at it and still conquering the Indus Valley as before. No biggie. Boom. Simple as that. Already at 100. Now, as a token of goodwill to some of our vassals that I like, or that I want them to like me, but I'm not willing to extend too far of an olive branch. Gonna give them like the cities and stuff, you know, just so they get a little bit of joy out of it all, but they don't get too much, you know, because we don't really need that. But we are just going to full blitzkrieg them here. You know, not really let up at all. They're trying real hard. I'll give them that. I'm still a little bit worried that they're just going to turn very quickly on us. So I'm also hoping that potentially the Jade Empire, you know, just really blows up, and that way we can just become a tributary under them, pay a nice little gold fee, but never have to really worry about the Arabian Empire. We'll see if that actually happens, though. What is this going for him? Ooh, yes, right for the picking. It's over. We need to keep moving. I need to not rest on my laurels here. We're just gonna... This guy's making... Yeah, okay. We're going to move Good. I'm glad that bastard died. He revolted against me, so he can go fuck himself. Arg. Yeah, we'll just drop that guy for right now. Should be another fairly quick campaign here. There we go, just destabilizing this place one alliance at a time. Don't care about that. this faraway place called Hindustan. They're not even that far. Alright, our guy's doing pretty good right now, honestly. The only thing is I just wish he had a male heir, but that's the only thing, really. Look at this. Wow. We are pushing hard. Alright, we gotta be getting... Ugh, it's so low. Wow, he's unfortunately the best we got. You got Way of the Tiger. Look at that, we're pushing even way up into the high mountains. Dragging on that, you say. To shreds, you say. Boom. Now, I think I got the legalism to push. Yep, it's medium. Now, normally I just keep it at that, but we'll see what happens. We're moving real quick right now. We're making some really good movements here. And I couldn't care less. And if this was Europa, I would have just declared war on both of them and dealt with all their allies at once. Or their one ally, whichever you want to look at it. I did not realize I grabbed that much. That also helps. Ooh, did they break off? They did break off. That's wonderful to see. I wonder what's going on here. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Might also be a nice time for us to grab some land of our own from them. We gotta be kind of close to... Well, no. What am I saying? We're not close at all, but I'm just curious. Let's see here. Control 11% in there. Khorasan is part of the Persian Empire, which we control. Wow. Almost 11% on each side. So that's not going to help us out at all. Alright. But we could go into Dalapur. Doesn't even have... No, I don't even got anything. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Because the one thing I'm worried about is that they're going to really start consolidating, whether it's through Tibet, which maybe isn't the case anymore, but Pala, and certainly a lot of these empires could start really consolidating, and that would be tough for us to go against. Like, what do you got? Like, yeah, you know, he's got nearly 10,000 troops. Like, that's pretty tough for us to go against. You don't have that much. What about you, Paula? 5,000. So, I don't know. It's certainly a toss-up. We'll start looking at obligations pretty soon here. Really? Come on, guys. Karor. There we go. I didn't realize you were Hindu or Buddhist. I forgot that quite a few of you are Buddhist, which I don't necessarily love. Let's make sure she at least kind of likes me. I really can't imagine anyone trying to kill me or create a faction against me right now, but still at least good to do. Ooh, he went real low. Is that? No, that's about what he's at. So we're gonna go for it. I think it's Multan. That is the next big trading hub. And our uncle is kicking ass right now in the north. Yeah, we're gonna take a go at trying to claim some land from the Abbasids after this. Definitely a gamble here. And it's all over. Oh jeez, we inherited a lot out of that one. Holy shit. Okay. Like, I want to give you something, but you just really are bad at everything. You know, that doesn't really look like a symbol that the Sun people would use, but hey, I'm not going to judge too harshly here. Mm-hmm. What do we got here? Ooh, he still has a fair amount of dudes. Ooh, Baghdad became its own. And it's right for the picking as well. I'm pretty sure... Oh, no, they don't. But... still wouldn't hurt. We have yet to field like a full levied army. You know, we just keep going and going and going. And our uncle finally died. He's a good man. We can't father a son to save our lives. Ooh, he's a great steward. All right. Strike another one for the good guys here. How much do you have? Wow, it's actually a pretty even match, which is pretty crazy. I mean, this guy might actually pull it off. Same members of the house. I mean, look at this. We are pushing deep right now. How did they join in? Well, how do you even have that many dudes? You hired some? What the hell? Still no matter. Alright, sorry about that. Finally, we have a son. Yar. Gosh. Unless, is the reason why because, oh, that's why, just because you just became a tributary of them. Great. Looks like we're about to take our first loss. Which doesn't really matter because we're still pushing deep. Oh wow, they're all gone. Okay, well, yeah, I guess we're just gonna take the surrender here. That's a lot of gold I just have to pay. Jesus. Alright, well, whatever. Okay, guys, I think we're gonna leave it here for right now. I know we hit about our 1 hour mark, so it's gonna take me some time to compile all these together because I had to honestly like stop and restart a few times. But yeah, we're sitting in a pretty good spot. India still has really yet to coalesce, and you know these guys suck. But yeah, look at that now. I'm sure they're gonna be a little nervous in a hot minute here when we re-invade them. But hey, no worries. Yeah, look at that. We still have a whole lot of real estate to expand into. A whole bunch of very weak empires right now that we could really make something out of this. It's our 38%. We are actually cooking. All we need to do is grab one more religious site, I believe. Oh, no, we have 3? Do we have 3? We do. We got 3. So, grabbing religious sites does definitely help us get a pump in moral authority, which is we ultimately need 50, right? Is it 50? Yeah, we need at least 50 to reform the faith. But we're certainly doing well right now. Like, I wonder how close are we even to realm size is 100. Yeah, so we're still pretty far away. That's the only problem is right now we might be able to reform the faith before we even get the realm size up, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. So, alright guys, I'm going to get going. Hope you had fun watching this, and if you have any suggestions or what achievement you want me to go after next, please let me know. Alright, happy gaming, gamers.